Washington this morning, Democrats are denouncing a letter to Iran signed by most of the 54 Republican senators. This morning's New York Daily News headline calls those Republicans traitors. Vice President Joe Biden said the letter undercuts President Obama and his nuclear negotiators. Nancy Cordes on Capitol Hill spoke with the senator who wrote that letter. Nancy, good morning.
Good morning. And he says he was merely trying to educate the Iranians on how the U.S. Constitution works. But Democrats say it sends mixed messages to both our allies and our enemies. In fact, one top German publication this morning called it sabotage, which probably needs no translation. In their open letter to Iranian leaders, 47 Republicans warned that if a deal is struck with Secretary of State John Kerry, the Senate must ratify it by a two-thirds vote. Otherwise, the next president could revoke the agreement with the stroke of a pen. The State Department and Senate Democrats accused Republicans of trying to sabotage the negotiations.
This letter is a hard slap in the face of not only the United States, but our allies.
Iran's foreign minister called the letter propaganda and expressed astonishment that some members of U.S. Congress find it appropriate to write to leaders of another country against their own president.
The only thing unprecedented is an American president negotiating a nuclear agreement with the world's leading state sponsor of terrorism without congressional approval.
Freshman Arkansas Senator Tom Cotton wrote the Republican letter. Shouldn't the Iranians be getting one message from the entire U.S. government?
Well, the message that we're sending is that the Congress is not going to allow them to get a nuclear weapon.
Republicans worry that any U.S. brokered agreement will only temporarily halt Iran's path to the bomb, while making its totalitarian regime stronger by lifting sanctions. President Obama was asked about the letter yesterday.
Well, I think it's somewhat ironic to see some members of Congress wanting to make common cause with the hardliners in Iran. It's an unusual coalition.
And he says he does not need congressional approval for a deal. There were a handful of Senate Republicans who did not sign the letter. One told us that at this point in these delicate negotiations, Republicans should be sharing their concerns directly with the White House, not with Iran. Though Senator John McCain, who did sign the letter, said that the White House is being, quote, hysterical about this and that he communicates with foreign leaders all the time. Charlie?
Nancy, thanks.